Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the rat. So welcome back all my rat friends. I do apologize for being a day late. I have had a little bit of a busy Monday, but I am back on it today. So we're going to do the rat, the ox, the tiger and the rabbit today. You guys are first though, obviously, because no matter what day it is, it will always be the rat reading after the pig. And always before the ox, because that is the order of which the Chinese Zodiac goes in. So let's see what kind of week you guys have had this week and how things are going to be as we move on over to next week. Let's stop about there. And we'll take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, we got two whites and a black. So we're starting off with those two positives. So it's always like easy to become very confident with the two positives and feel like, oh, or three positives and say, oh, look, we got all these whites. That's brilliant. Fantastic. It's going to be such a great week. But it doesn't work like that. No, 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 no. White isn't always all right. Black isn't always an attack. It all depends on the compatibility on the cards when we flip them over. And the first card we've got, okay, so this isn't a bad card at all. This is a good card. This is your soulmate card. Well, it should be a good card. It's in the positive because that soulmate card doesn't mean that everything is fantastic. It means that it's meant for you no matter what it is. That's what the soulmate card is. It's kind of like whatever you're going through right now, good or bad, up or down, however you feel about it. You know, it could suck, but it's supposed to be that way, unfortunately, if it does suck. But it's because it's part of your journey. It's part of your healing, your experience, gaining your knowledge that you need to move on to the next phase or whatever it is, the progression that you're taking. This is meant to be happening right now. So where you are, you're meant to be. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. And we're in the positive, and it's a very compatible card. So we are very, very good. It's very, very good. And I think right now you're putting your thinking cap on. You're probably thinking about, you know, things like upcoming things. And I don't want to say it too early, but I think you might be planning things for like holidays, festivities, Christmas, for example. And I only say this because you're a rat, and rats like to pre-plan. And now that summer's out the way, kids are back at school, things are getting back into a more routine. You're probably planning the next step, the next phase, the next thing, whether it be celebrating Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. You're kind of maybe in the mindset of planning stuff, thinking about stuff. And it may not even have anything to do with, like, you know, planning things for festivities and stuff like this, but thinking about things and thinking about what's next, thinking about what happens now that you've come out of summer and we're moving into autumn. Where are you headed? Where are you going? What is going to be your next project, your next step, your next sort of hobby, your next whatever it is you're going to be focusing on. And you're probably thinking about it and trying to plan through it and trying to think, you know, this is a good idea, or this is what I want to do. You know, it could be anything from decorating to gardening to anything. You know, you're starting to make a plan and thinking forward, which is good because it's progressive. We got the tiger coming in next, the white tiger. So we're seeing this in a positive way, but the rat and the tiger can be hot and cold. They're not overly compatible. They're not overly incompatible either. So it's almost like a balanced card. It's a neutral card, but it is an emotional card, and it is in the positive one. So I'm seeing this as something that is quite close to you, something that means a lot to you, something that you want to do to improve things that is in your actual sort of environment all the time. You know, whether it be in your home life or, you know, around you or whatever, it's something that is there. It is a prominent part of what is happening in your life right now, and you want to improve on it. You want to make things better. You want to make it comfortable. You want it to remain good. So thinking forward, you're making plans on that as well, or that is what you're making plans on. You're thinking emotionally. There's an emotional attachment to this. There's also a protective one. So you're looking out for yourself. This is quite a good card in some respects. Or at least it has the hallmarks of a good card for you, because we're looking at a positive emotional place. We're looking at a positive thinking place, because don't forget that the ox is in that thinking triangle. It's in the affinity triangle of the thinkers. And if you want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button, because we will be doing videos on that soon. We've got the tiger card there as well, which is in the communication triangle. So we got thinking, we got communicating, we're talking, we're planning, we're progressing. It's a good start. And not only that, it's even better knowing the fact that you're supposed to be here, so it's meant for you. So this is good. And even if you're not feeling in the greatest of places right now, don't forget that it's not trying to take away that or deny that you could be feeling down or low or in a bad place. We're not trying to take that away from you. It's just things could be worse. And we are progressing. So you are moving forward. And I don't necessarily think that you're in a bad place, because you're a rat person. So you're quite positive anyway. So even if you are in a bad place, you see it more as a problem to solve or something to fix or something to sort of, replace and mend and repair or whatever. You solve the problem. You're a problem solver. In fact, you're a rat, so you're a problem preventer. So you're always putting measures in place to make sure that things always sort of turn out in the best case scenario. So you're never really going to be cut short. And I think right now, this is something that you've come to realize and something that you've learned, especially recently. And that's what's brought you out of your shell a bit and thinking, do you know what? I do have the confidence and self-esteem to do this. I can do this. Now I want to do it. So now you're just thinking about things that, are coming forward, coming up, the future. So you can plan accordingly. And it has got something to do with emotional attachments. Like you're happy, you're content. Even if you're in a bad place, there's still room for joy and happiness. You can still find joy even if you're down. And I think right now that's what you're seeing, is a lot of joy in places. You're feeling quite light and breezy, perhaps, but that isn't going to last particularly long, because we've got the dog coming in. But more specifically, we've got that black negativity coming in. Now, black isn't always an attack, as we well know. However, it is still negative. It's still in the negative. Things could be better. And I think maybe this is just a case of sort of, you're pre-planning. And as you pre-plan, you can imagine or think of things that could go wrong. And that can put a downer on things. I don't think it puts a spanner in the works. I just think it does bring things down. The realist in you, being real about it, being logical, thinking about it. And as you do thinking about it, you're moving forward, and you're going, oh, well, actually, what if that does happen? Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, no, now this is going to be a harder, bigger job than I thought it was going to be. It's almost like you want to have a new hobby, and it's, I don't know, canoeing or kayaking. And then you realize that you need to buy a kayak in order to do this. So then you buy the kayak, and now you need to transport the kayak. So then you buy roof bars for your car. And now you need to find somewhere to actually row or sail, or, to kayak the kayak. So it's like, it's like a little downer on things. It's like, thinking logically, being realistic with things. It doesn't make things impossible. It just makes things a little bit harder, or a little bit more sort of dragged out than you originally thought they could have been. Taking longer than you expected, almost. Now, the dog and the rat, they are relatively compatible. There is no struggle for dominance there. There's no real big clashes. I mean, again, it's like the tiger. They're not overly compatible. They're not overly incompatible. It's almost a neutral card, but you're more kind of compatible with a dog than you are with a tiger. So it's a little bit more on the compatible side. But it doesn't really go in your favor, because we're still in that negative space. That dog, however, is a protective one. It's about communicating and being open and honest. It's about being loyal to yourself. It's about taking that first step in order to benefit you. It's about taking accountability. It's about taking the sort of opportunity to lay everything out on the table, put it all down, and then reorganize and sort of go through it all and figure out what actually works best, or who works best with what and where and who. And it's just about figuring it out. And I think maybe that's what you just need to do. You just need to figure out ways around the things that you're kind of finding that could be a problem, when there could potentially be an issue, or you thought this could go wrong or this could happen. Don't dwell on that. Try and find a way around it. Try and get over those hurdles. Try and figure out a way to solve those problems. And especially if this is an emotional attachment to you, where it's quite close to you, it's something you care about, because you've got to try. You've got to put in effort and focus in that, because it's something that you care about. I think communication could slowly start changing near the end of the week, but that's potentially because the more you've talked about this or talked about things, the more problems have come out. Oh, but what about this? What about this? And then other people will have their opinions and their ideas and their sort of expectations and their kind of negative sort of spin on things, which is then going to influence you even more. You might find yourself shutting away near the end of the week. But we'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the rat. I should be back next Monday, so I will see you guys then if I don't see you before, because I will be doing the ox reading next. So if you are interested in knowing a little bit more about what's going on with the ox people this week, then I will see you there. If not, no worries, I'll just see you next Monday. Love and peace.